Pickaxe.
Guys, Vidiots has been immortalized in yet another pop culture meme phenomenon.
What? Another one?
So? Oh, you mean, yes, it has. This is relatively old news now that we're a monthly show, but yeah, you're right.
It has. So, obviously, the Hannah Montana game stack, that was tweeted about. The cake shows up regularly as well.
It does, yeah.
On Cursed Cakes. This week, well, not this week at all. This month. I was clipped and featured in a shitpost meme. It's one of those with the AI voiceover. If you do this with this, then this will have, that kind of bollocks. But it's one about, like, if you put your penis in a vice and then smash it with the force of an atomic bomb and really helicopter. When the AI voice says helicopter that thing around, it's the fucking stress sausage. It's the stress sausage gif plays.
The slow-mo.
This video is 1 minute and 7 seconds long, and it has 12,000 likes on Twitter.
Nice.
And 1.4 thousand retweets. So I suppose what I'm asking is, or what I'm saying is, should we just restart videos? Do you reckon I reckon we can do it. I think people are clearly interested.
Don't get too excited, everyone. This is a bit. There'll be people right now going, "Oh my god, is this how they announce it?"
Well, we've got what are like the known hits? Like, Ben, your T-shirt, the Alan one.
Oh yeah,
the cursed cake.
Yeah,
the slinging sausage. We just need to put all that together into one video, and then that's like our retirement fund in ad revenue in one video alone, right?
That's 6 billion views for sure.
Yeah,
guaranteed. Yeah.
All right.
Make it 8 minutes long. Just slow it down massively so that we can put a mid-roll in it.
So we need to get brainstorming then, is what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Or we could still just finish at the end of the year, which would be sad.
You sound so defeated, Peter.
We could just not.
We could just
well, I kind of feel like,
for
the best part of 10 years, we've been trying to work out what people want, and as soon as you think you're wrong.
Yeah. It's never worked.
No.
But
this time it might.
But this time, shitpost videos with AI voiceover, that's what everyone loves.
It is, yeah.
We just need to flood the internet with GIFs, and eventually we'll just end up in these videos by proxy just because
that's true, actually, yeah.
That's the method to success. No one will ever know it's us, but the GIFs will be far-reaching and we'll never see a penny.
So if you listening want to help us out, make GIFs out of every single video we ever released on Vidiots. And the law of averages means that one of them will go viral somehow. Surely.
Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah.
Just throw enough shit out there, eventually something sticks.
Yeah, absolutely. It's as simple as that. You guys got anything crazy going on? Anything mental?
You mean, are you just asking about our lives, or are you saying, is there something we can GIF and put on the internet?
Well, a bit of both, really. Have you kicked anyone? Like any elderly people or something? The internet loves that as well, I think.
Yeah, they do. I was on a cruise ship this week.
Oh,
very fancy.
Yeah, it wasn't like crazy or weird enough for it to be a thing, so I may as well mention it now. My friend works on cruise ships. He's in the entertainment industry, and his ship happens to... Normally he's in like the Arctic Circle or the Caribbean or something, but for some reason they stopped at South Shields.
Yeah!
Or it might have been North Shields, wherever the cruise ships stop. And people they went into Newcastle for the day on the metro and went round Phoenix or something.
Did they all get robbed?
Yeah, well, they may well have done. It was a 6-star cruise ship full of really rich Americans, and they were talking to us, asking about like the Fenwick shop, and that was mostly it, really. They said they'd been to Fenwick, and she said this lady said, the shopping there was terrible. It was nowhere near as good as London. I didn't see a single shoe brand I recognized. But she was pleased to talk to us. She was all about the people, but she thought Fenwick shop was not good.
That's fair. Have you ever been in Fenwick?
I've been in Fenwick's many times.
I've never been in Fenwick's.
It's where they do the Christmas the Christmas window display on Northumberland Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, went by to go look at that. There'd always must be a massive crowd in front of it, so I just stand a few meters back and get a glimpse of it and go, all right, cool. And then you notice the reflection of the Greggs in the window.
Yeah, sausage
straight to the main
roll.
attraction.
Sausage roll. Yeah, Jesus Christ backwards. Or no, Lord Jesus. Yeah.
Sausage roll.
Sausage roll. It's so good. But that's the extent of how crazy it was. Other than that, we just ate really nice food for free and had drinks on tap. It was very nice. And then I left, and they all sailed away.
Oh.
Man, I bet they couldn't have got out of there fast enough.
Yeah, can't wait to get to London and find some shoes.
Travel for weeks across the ocean, and you end up in South Shields. Oh,
beautiful, sunny South Shields.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got a pretty scary amusement park down there, actually. So don't write it off.
Yeah, I feel like if I was an American tourist, I'd appreciate a day on the seaside like that. Get the real British experience with crap chips that are over-salted.
Bit of dinosaur mini golf, maybe.
Yeah. Roller coasters that are almost falling apart. Seagulls stealing your food. That's great.
Yeah.
Really good.
Seagulls stealing your dogs.
Closed
puking
businesses.
on your car. Closed businesses.
The full experience. Oh, that's amazing. Mikey, what crazy thing have you done?
I've literally done nothing all month. I've gotten out. Just absolutely now. I've been learning 3D software, so most evenings have been spent sat in front of the computer after a day of being sat in front of the computer.
Nice.
I don't know why I'm doing this in like the warmest months of the year, but fuck it. Whenever motivation comes, we do it.
I take it you made the pigeon rave thing. That was you, right?
Yeah,
because I was sitting with Amy and we saw that on your Instagram, and I knew you'd been doing 3D stuff, and I was like, oh my god, wow, look at this that Mikey's made. That's amazing. And Amy was saying, oh, are you sure he's made that? Like, that looks like... She basically thought it was
There's
too
no
professional.
way he's made that.
Not even, there's no way Michael Johnson has made it. There's just no way that a single man has made it. It has to have been done through some kind of company. But I said, I bet he's made this. I was like, who else would make a pigeon rave scene like that? So we were both very impressed.
Thank you. I can't take all the credit. I did steal a bunch of models from the internet, but the pigeon was all me, damn it.
Excellent.
Yeah, that was fun. I got carried away with that and spent like a couple of days back to back till 4 a.m. finishing it off because it had to be perfect for some reason, this silly pigeon thing. But yeah, I'm proud of it. And now I'm taking a break because I spent too much time on that and I want to see things that aren't a screen.
Is that it? Is that the pigeon rave? I'm looking at it. No, I have to sign up to look at it. Sorry, Michael.
It's not worth it.
Not allowed. I'll watch it later. Well, I think it might be time to maybe, do the thing what we're here for.
Do our
Not
things?
unless something crazy's happened to you, Ben, or...
Well, I was in a dick meme, swinging a dick around,
right,
wasn't I?
sure, that's your thing, yeah.
So that's...
Did a friend send that to you, by the way? Did someone just see that in the wild and say, look, you're in this? Or...
Somebody tagged me underneath it.
Oh, okay.
And said, a wild Ben's appeared. And I was like, Jesus Christ. There I am. Swinging that sausage around.
Steamrolled.
Wait, I've just remembered the crazy thing that actually did happen to me this month. I'm going to a wedding in a couple of days, and so I panicked.
That's amazing! Congratulations, Mike.
Yes, the big news. I'm attending a wedding, and so I went panic shopping for a suit. So I went to the local Slaters in Bristol, and I think I spent about 3 hours in there, and it got to the end where I was like finally decided on a suit. And someone approached me going, Mikey? And I just turned around like, oh, hello, yeah, I'd like to help with the suit. And I was like, wait, how do you know my name?
The customer service here is unbelievable.
It's like, wow, what the hell? It's pretty good. Maybe you heard me say it before somewhere, but no, he's like, oh yeah, from Vidiots. Yeah, I used to watch you guys all the time, big fan. And so I think Lucas was your name. Thank you very much for sorting me out with a suit and getting it tailored and altered way sooner than you should have for me.
So nice.
Thanks, Lucas.
3 hours of suit shopping sounds awful, Mikey.
It was bad, man. Yeah. It was just,
in the heat as well. Not good.
Yeah, but it's done. I never have to buy another suit again. Damn it, I'm just going to wear this one forever. It's not worth the effort. But thank you, Lucas, for making me look so jazzy.
Stylish and smart.
I was about to apologise to Ben for steamrolling or rollering, perhaps, all over his segue/intro. But if I'd not done that, we wouldn't have.
We wouldn't have learned about
story.
Lucas, who we're hoping is what we're hoping is his real name, Lucas. We're hoping that's accurate. We're assuming. Well, I believe then now it is time.
Yes.
To do what we were here to do. Does anybody have the magical remote that summons the boy?
Yep. Hang on. I've got it here.
Okay.
Which colour should I press, do you think?
Have we tried the black one yet?
With a little next scene button on it. I'll try that one.
Okay.
See how it goes. Oh!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Podiots, the official Vidiots podcast. It's a conversational podcast where we take some questions from you at home and obey the law of the 3 Rs, where everybody brings
A thing along to talk about.
I'm Ben.
I'm Peter.
Oh, why do I always get gassy when I'm saying my name? Jesus. And I'm Michael. Hello.
Oh, jeez. What
I
you
can't-
had? What are you getting gassy
Why do I
about?
always get gassy when I anything, said Michael.
How gassy can I be in this podcast? I kept it all contained. Thank you. Hello, boys.
So what did you have? Sorry, Mikey. Why are you gassy? What have you had?
There's no reason. I've not drank any water. Like, I've not drank anything.
Water?
I've not
Water
eaten anything. I'm just
Sparkling.
gassy.
He has
It's my
sparkling
natural
on tap
state.
in his house.
I don't like sparkling water, but I would take a sparkling water tap because that feels pretty badass. Put Vimto in it or something.
Yeah, that would be pretty badass. You're right. How you boys doing? You all right? Apart from being gassy?
Yeah,
Yes,
pretty good.
Wonderful. How are you doing,
How are
Ben?
you? Yeah.
Yes, I'm doing well, thank you. I saw Michael Johnson this month.
Oh, that's
so
right.
you did, yeah, since the last episode. Yeah.
Was it just before this month? Probably.
No, because in
End
the
of
last
May.
one you were talking about the fact that you were going to see him. Or are you just talking
Yes,
about the
but-
month of June?
Just the month of June. I think it might have been the very end of May. Not that it fucking matters at all, but yes, had a lovely brunch with Michael and his lovely girlfriend, and we had a nice catch up and a chat, and we were in a cafe that had bike stuff everywhere.
Which was,
And
wasn't planned,
when,
but we just ended up.
when the food is ready, they ring a little bike bell.
And then a man on a bike comes over and tries to serve food to you. It's
The table was on wheels. We were on one of those pedal cars.
It's a
We were going
pedal.
through the centre of Bristol,
Yeah.
down the high street. No, it was lovely to see Mikey. Had a really nice time in Bristol. After that, I met up with another friend. Recorded some B-roll of some ducks for Peter Austin because he
Yeah,
had a
you
top
did.
secret mission for me.
Did I tell you that I didn't use it in the end? Even though it was
Yeah,
perfect?
you did. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I was out and about anyway. It was quite fun trying to work out where the ducks would be. But, found them. So that was pretty good.
When I first watched it back on my phone, when you sent it to me, I didn't have sound playing. And then when I came to do the edit and I had sound, I heard your friend halfway through go,
Yeah.
two more. And then you pan across and there's 2 more
Yeah,
coming.
there's 2 more ducks coming.
Yeah. I like the
This is a
2-man
friend
operation.
Who I've not seen or spoken to in like 6 years. We met up on the bench in Queen Square, and I said, my friend wants me to find some ducks. And I'm like, I can't really explain the context. And he was like, that's fine. Well, let's go look for some ducks then. So then that's what we went and did, and we found them. So that was good.
Very awesome.
And then I got really drunk and I got a Snappies, and it was fantastic. I had an amazing time.
Brilliant.
So lovely to be back in Bristol, albeit just for like 15 hours or thereabouts. It was nice, really nice.
What size pizza did you go for? Which pizza toppings? This is important information, Ben.
I actually had to log into my old account that I used back in the day because I couldn't remember what I used to order. I just remembered that that's the one that I like. So I couldn't tell you the size. It wasn't too crazy, but I couldn't finish it. I used to be able to finish it. I couldn't finish it. I had to eat the rest the next day.
Did
I
you,
felt pretty
Oh, cold pizza
defeated
breakfast.
by that.
Was it like as good as you remember? Because I know it's a brand or a franchise, but I do wonder how similar they are from one Snappies to the next.
I have had it in another place and it wasn't as good.
Right.
I'll say that much. I definitely prefer the Bristol one, and the way they do their chips as well. I prefer their chips. I found the chips in the other places were kind of soggy. You know how they go in polystyrene sometimes? They're a bit soggy and wilted and sad. These ones are quite crispy, and they were crispy this time as well. Which
The
is
Bristol Snappies chips, like, they don't get soggy. They just melt the polystyrene around it.
they're going to be doing something very bad to you for sure when you have it. But it was good. But I mean, I think I've made a classic mistake, which was that I wanted to enjoy myself with alcohol and oblivion. So I brought my PS5 and I was staying in a hotel room. I was like, this is what I'm doing for me, for my birthday. It's my treat to me.
Right.
I was enjoying that a bit too much. I think I got food too late. So that by the time I ate, I wasn't really not in full control of my faculties is not the correct term, but it wasn't far off.
Your senses were dulled and you couldn't
exactly
fully enjoy.
Yeah, I wasn't able to really enjoy it as much as I would have liked. And then because I drank so much, I slept like crap, and then there was this cold pizza for breakfast, and it was like, oh, I'll put it in my mouth and I'll eat it, but it's not as exciting as it should be. But I'm still glad I got it. It was nice to be able to have it. That's the first one I've had in 4 years, so
Nice.
long overdue, I think.
I'm staring at a map of Snappy's tomato pizzas across the country, and I reckon...
Yeah, there's none in the north, are there? I've checked.
It's like, there's a line where, like, Snappy's don't dare cross.
Hadrian's Wall for Snappy's Pizza.
I reckon I could
will
cycle
not
between
come in
these over a course of a couple of days.
Wow, the Snappy cycle.
Snappy's pilgrimage. Visit all the holy sites.
That's
It'd be
going in the
amazing.
notes
You
app.
would be so unwell. You could rank all the chips, to be fair. You could do that.
But yeah, it's not even like, it's sad because, like, even if I get a pizza at every stop, it's a cheeseless pizza, so it's just quite sad.
Are they all cheeseless?
Well,
you
my
were
ones
saying
have
that
to
you
be.
would have to get,
Mikey
because
would
they
have to,
don't do a vegan cheese option.
Yes.
No. What I should say actually is when I went to go pick it up, it was a very interesting exchange because I tactically stayed as close to the Snappies as possible. Of course, that was my priority. But because I was so close, they wouldn't bring it to me. I had to go and get it. And I was like, and I think that was another reason I was putting off eating. So I was like, I'm going to have to leave the hotel room and go down there and get it. Walk past all the people who are getting pissed because it's a bank holiday weekend and it's a Saturday. And I booked it online. I went down there, opened the door. The guy from like halfway across the counter just sort of narrowed his eyes and just sort of looked at me. And I was like, I'm here to collect an order. And he went, cheese on your chips? And I said, yes. And then he just gave me the food. Didn't ask for a receipt. Didn't ask for any proof of purchase.
He identified it by whether or not you were having cheesy chips.
I think so.
This
He was
must be
making,
yours.
like, he was holding the chips at that moment. And like, he had the cheese in one hand. Cheese on your chips? And then he just gave me everything.
Wow.
And I thought, anyone could have walked in and taken my Snappies.
No,
And that could have been
professionals.
disastrous.
I've not. We will eventually get to the rest of the podcast, but I've not told you guys this yet. There's a new Domino's near my house.
Oh my goodness!
Close enough that if we want Domino's, we go and pick up because it's cheaper, and sometimes you get better deals and stuff if you do collection. I have never encountered this before, partly because I've never really done collection on pizzas, but I've realised there is a big problem with me ordering food under my name, going into a really loud place, which is a Domino's, because there's always like a big fan going and they might have the radio on, and there's a lot of ambient background noise, people slamming around. I walk up to the counter, and the number of times now where they've said, "What's the name?" and I say Peter, and they think I've walked up there and said pizza. I'm here for a pizza, and they're like,
Peter for me.
The way they look at me, like I'm the thickest guy ever, who's walked into the pizza shop and said, "Hello, I'm here for my pizza," and they're like, "Yeah, but what's your fucking name?" So I've now taken to. Because normally any other place I'd walk in, I'd just say, they'd say, "What's the name?" I'd say Peter. Now I make a point of going up there and saying, "The name is Peter," like that, which again, if they're not then clocking the fact that I'm trying to circumvent this pizza issue, that's a bit weird as well. If they say, "Hello, are you here to collect?" and I say, "Yes, the name is Peter," it kind of comes across a little bit James Bond, you know.
I was going to say that's the solution, isn't it? You're going to have to go Austin, Peter Austin.
Yeah, possibly. Or I said to Amy last time it happened, because it was really, she gave me such a judgmental look, like I was an idiot. Not Amy, the woman behind the counter. And I said to Amy, next time I'm going to order it under my middle name. Or maybe we could order it under her name, but I'll have to then go in and say pizza for Amy, please. But, whatever. It's 2025. I could be called Amy.
Yeah, I've collected Chinese orders before for my girlfriend, and it's never been an issue. They don't care. As long as you've got the name, they don't mind.
Yeah. So that's a new
or if it's
problem.
Snappies, just
cheese.
Just say you want cheese on your chips, and they'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Weird. Hey, well, here's a segue. Hey. If you want to help us continue to put cheese on our chips,
nice.
Very good.
Why don't you consider going to podiots.com? If you donate £3 or more, you join Pod Squad, you get a shout out at the beginning and the end of the next episode of Podiots. You are immortalized forever in this, the final run of Podiots episodes to the end of the year. Thank you so much to the incredible Pod Squad this week. We're going to kick things off with Mikey Johnson.
We begin with 2 messages from the very generous Narugan. And their messages read, "Been watching since 2015. You helped keep me sane over the years. I always tried to remember, if these 3 chuckle fucks can make a career, so can I."
Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, made a career for a bit at least. So can I. And I did. I'm now a mechanical engineer, and I can't thank you guys enough for the support you never knew. Next message. You give to people. You helped me smile when my father died midway through my final thesis. The cheeky bastard.
That's what it says. That is what it says. It's not Michael adding an aside.
Just thank you is what I would have written, but your career now seems as dead as my dad. My God.
No.
Oh, Jesus.
No.
Jokes aside, thank you and wishing you all the best. Oh, thank you very much, Narugan. I feel uncomfortable.
Thank you very much. Sorry to hear about your dad.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear about your dad.
Sorry to hear. But glad we were able to help in some small way.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm glad Podiots and Vidiots were able to help you become an engineer. That's what we're good
that's
at.
it. That's what we taught you.
Yeah.
We didn't do that, prove it, did we, in the end?
No.
But we build a car.
Or the purveyor of black comedy either. And we've taught you some of those skills too.
We continue with another generous donation from Anonymous, and they say, "And now you're changing. Been a fan of the team in various forms over the years, and the days of nerds through to Peter's new venture of This Is Interesting and plenty in between. Wishing you all success on future work. Memory card spin-off, please."
Thank you, Anonymous.
Stop it. Thank you very much, Anonymous.
Thank you. We continue with Prince Beefcakes, Kermit the Pog, John Wilkes Booth, and Peter, please check after wiping. Stinky bum bum.
We also have Caroline. There's a bird in Lidl.
No.
Vidiots top trumps. 14 minutes of Mikey's top trumps. Very good. I get it. Vidiots rhymes with Podiots. And the person who sent that, which I believe is C. Law, has written a song for us, actually, which we will play at the end of this podcast. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Thank you.
Licking a salty Peter. Metaface and potato similes. Excellent. Glass house and
Actually,
onion.
it says Similes.
Oh yeah, it does say Similes, which I suppose, because it's Similes. Glass house and onion stuffing. It's beans time, Caroline. Wilson and/or Bellix, and the obscenely generous one vowel from She-Ra, who simply says "kees kees" with a slightly Keesy related figure of pounds that's been donated.
Yes. Thank you so much. It's really kind of you.
Thank you.
We've also got Anonymous. Mikey farts on his ferret. A prosy is the Doctor Who. Do you understand, Peter?
I think that's referring to the fact that, spoiler alert for the end episode. Flipping what's her name? Billie Piper. The Doctor regenerated into Billie Piper, and she played the lead character in A Secret Diary of a Call Girl. So I think they're saying, oh, look, a prostitute has become Doctor Who.
See. So I have mispronounced that.
Yeah. I mean, she's done a lot more than just A Secret Diary of a Call Girl. She's done Doctor Who for a start, so... but sure.
Raindrop Joy, Stephen Skodes, Frogley, Lord Brotovich, Caroline, It's Not Benign.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Really Abusive Plumber, Fred Dimmerdoum, and Donak07. Thank you very much, Pod Squad. That is your Pod Squad. Pod Squad for this week. Podiots.com, £3 or more to get a shout out at the beginning and the end of the next episode. Thank you very much indeed. I would like Peter Austin to do his listener submitted thing first.
Oh, okay. I'll do it. Do you guys have a favourite thing, by the way?
Oh, God, yeah. Nice catch.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know, actually. I'm not sure.
Wilson and or Bellix.
I did like that one. I'm going to go Vidiots Top Trumps, because that's a good idea. And
I've got some somewhere. They're just here. For those watching on video. Someone made some Vidiots and Triple Jump Top Trumps. They're on my shelf. I've actually...
Oh, shit.
My shelves are in a state of flux. I've got an empty bay, which might be in... oh, yes, empty bay.
Empty bay.
Which might be visible. I'll go with Metaface and Potato Smileys, I guess.
Nice.
Ben?
Okay.
Have you got one?
Oh, yeah, I said one. A bit Wilson and or Bellix.
Oh, yes, sorry, you did.
Just the Bellix for me, thank you.
Just the Bellix for me. You've got cheese on your Bellix.
No, that's not... Oh, well, these aren't yours then, are they? Oh. Nice try.
Right. I have got a listener-submitted thing that was sent to us by L at L Sandypants on Twitter. And the story is... It's on abc.net.au. And the story is... Valerie the Dachshund found fit and well after 529 days on Kangaroo Island.
What?
No more.
This appears to have been
Maybe
written
Gizmo's on the island as well.
Oh, it could be.
That's where all the stolen dogs go to live.
This is apparently written by two people, Charmaine Allison and Olivia Mason.
It's a big story.
It was written in April, Friday the 25th of April. This is not news, but sure, it's too late now. We're going to have to do
it.
It's olds. A beloved miniature dachshund who disappeared on a South Australian island 529 days ago has been found safe and well by wildlife rescuers. That is a long time. That's a year and a half.
Really long time.
Valerie the dachshund vanished a year and a half ago, it says, on Kangaroo Island, with Kangala Wildlife Rescue working around the clock in recent weeks to bring her home.
Only recent weeks?
Yeah, apparently. They left her there for, 13 months and then thought, oh, maybe we should do something. On Friday night, they announced Valerie has finally been rescued. Quote, after weeks of tireless efforts by Kangala Wildlife Rescue volunteers and partner organisations, Valerie has been safely rescued and is fit and well, they said in a social media post. We're absolutely thrilled and deeply relieved that Valerie is finally safe and able to begin her transition back to her loving parents, Josh and Georgia.
Is she currently going through some sort of rehabilitation program where she has to get used to society again?
Yeah, her sort of transition back to society. Yeah. She's probably bouncing around. She's carrying a puppy in a little pouch. she needs to be brought back into the dog life.
Civility.
Yes. Owner Georgia Gardner expressed her relief on social media. For anyone who's ever lost a pet, your feelings are valid and never give up hope, she said in a post. Sometimes good things happen to good people, she says about herself. Incredibly grateful for Kangala Wildlife Rescue and Kangaroo Island community, our friends, family, and everyone who's contributed their support to rescue Val. We'll see you soon, Valerie. The search for Valerie took more than 1,000 volunteer hours and roughly 5,000 kilometres travelled.
Jeez Louise.
The local team set up a rescue site, which included cameras and a trap with a remote door system. At the top of the article is this sort of cryptid sighting of the dog. I don't know how recent this is, but let me send it to you. Have you got it already?
I think that might be it. Is that sort of the night vision?
Yeah.
It's haunting.
Oh yeah, you've got it. That's it.
Oh, it's so frightening.
It is. And then it gets a bit strange here. So where was I? The local team set up a rescue site which included cameras and a trap with a remote door system. So Miss Karen, Lisa Karen and Jared Karen, the volunteers, Miss Karen explained that Valerie was in survival mode from the stress of being lost and was lured into the trap with the help of scent trails. The team set up the large dog trap like her own little room, furnishing it with Valerie's toys and a bed from home, her owner's clothing, hidden food, and challenges to keep her entertained. And then it says, Georgia, kindly, was able to wear this t-shirt for 12-hour shifts and games of netball and then sent it down to us, and that was amazing. We were able to rip little strips off it, and we started the process of just adding more and more bits to the trap site. So they basically said, excuse me, can you wear a t-shirt and get really stinky in it and then send it to us?
It's not sexual, I promise. It's
no, yeah, it's like
dog.
a Craigslist
No, it's for Valerie. It's for Valerie.
It's for Valerie. So Miss Karen said it was then a matter of waiting until Valerie was in the right part of the trap without wildlife around, while also ensuring Valerie was calm and lying down so as not to risk the hyper-alert dog escaping again. She went right into the back corner, which is where we wanted her, and I pressed the button, and thankfully it all worked perfectly.
Nice.
And the article continues, but that's kind of the story of how they caught this dog.
That's lovely.
On Kangaroo Island, the, quote, perfect oasis for Valerie's survival.
I was going to say, of all the different dog breeds, I wouldn't have put wiener dogs at the top of being able to survive on an island for a year.
Yeah, I know. It says there's an abundance of wildlife and a lot of places for her to shelter. Yeah. And
it used to be Kangaroo Island. Now it's just Island after the dog fiercely killed every kangaroo.
He's eaten every single kangaroo.
Yeah. I guess maybe they knew. I don't know that. Like, what has she been eating? That's very strange.
Maybe voles and small rodents.
Yeah,
perhaps?
but again, I'm surprised that a sausage dog would be able to catch something like that. But hey, I don't know. Strange.
I just looked it up on Google Maps. I was like, I guess I assumed, like, I pictured, like Duck Island, where it's like a little bit of land with a few kangaroos on it. But no, it is like basically a small country, Kangaroo Island. So, all right, fair play.
I can understand once they established that the dog was there and was alive and they were starting to trap it, set this trap up, they were putting loads of food down for it, fair enough. But they've not been putting food down for a dog for 530 days, surely. Yeah. So it must have been finding stuff by itself, I guess. But
it's impressive. It's very impressive. I'm glad that Valerie's still with us, and, please don't give up hope for Gizmo.
Yeah, Gizmo could still be out there.
He's still out there. They did leave his foot behind as a warning. But...
Well, wasn't there a follow-up story where the suspicion was that was a different dog's foot?
Oh, God.
So at least 2 dogs have been snatched by seagulls, is what I'm taking from that.
Horrifying.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm frantically Googling. Oh, no, there's another gizmo that's been found, but not the gizmo we want.
Don't give a shit about that gizmo.
Yeah,
get it out of here.
Not my gizmo.
Bullshit. Amazing. Well, thank you, Peter, for that.
No problem. Thank you.
Michael Johnson, I would like to hear your thing, please.
Yes, you may. What are your boys' plans for retirement, do you think? Has he got any?
Work until I die.
Yeah, sadly.
Blow my brains out at 65. I think that's the plan.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
But what if there was an alternative to working till you die or taking yourself off the planet? What if you could do something really fun with your retirement? This is a tale of one person's, I don't know what you call it, activity thing that keeps them busy in retirement. This is
Hobby?
Hobby. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Steve Springer, for 30 years, taught English at a middle school around the corner from his house. And when he retired, he was faced with a question that a lot of new retirees grapple with. What now? Steve had known that he wanted to be a teacher since the 2nd grade, and he missed working with kids. And then, a year into his retirement, there was construction on his street, and a portion of his front yard got torn up. Steve saw this as an opportunity. He decided to transform his front yard into a park of sorts. And he spent 3 months collecting and placing figurines, a unicorn here, a yeti there, gradually building up his collection. But then, he made a pivotal choice. He added a dinosaur. Ooh. He was a brontosaurus, he was bright blue, and his name was Boris. And Steve's yard would never be the same again. I'm a big fan of people who decorate front gardens or gardens in general, just ridiculously, like people who have like 100 gnomes or something, or like there's some really good ones in Bristol where just people go balls out. But Steve took it to another level, I think. I'll send a picture once I've given you a bit more description of the house.
Okay.
Until Boris showed up, Steve Springer's house was pretty normal. It's on a residential street in Nevada, about half an hour outside of Las Vegas. And Steve told a local news outlet, the dinosaur got so much attention. And then suddenly, I had 3 of them. Then 7. And then I went, okay, I know what we're doing. This is how I'm going to spend my retirement. And thus, the park was born, and 16 years later, Boris the Brontosaurus has a lot more company. Steve has 62 statues of dinosaurs and prehistoric creatures in his front yard.
That's too many, Steve.
How big is this front yard?
Let me find, what's the best picture that shows them all off? I don't think you can even capture them all in an image.
There's too many.
There you go. It's not a measly collection.
Oh my God. Oh, they're all different styles. Completely different.
I'm going to be honest, Mikey.
Yeah.
That looks dreadful.
Wow.
Easter greetings, the dinosaur house, it says over his door.
Look at it. It's a mess. It looks like a dump.
It's not for you, Ben, okay?
And that photo was taken during COVID because across his garage, as they would say, his garage, it says, we are closed due to viral concerns. We will open again when it is safe.
But it's written in a really menacing way. Sorry, Mikey, please continue.
I mean, there's a lot to deconstruct here, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. There's a lot.
I feel like it's also like, certainly he's outing himself as being like anti-vax or something due to viral concerns. Con is a separate...
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Oh, that Triceratops at the back has got a chair on it. It's got a saddle and reins.
Hell yeah. You can sit on him, get a picture with him.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, this isn't just small figurines. Think a T-Rex that is 14 feet tall, 27 feet long, and weighs 500 pounds. It had to be assembled with a crane. I feel like when you're craning in extra large dinosaurs into your front garden, maybe you've gone too far. But I respect
it looks like he sells them. It doesn't look like an exhibition or anything. It's got a lot of dragons as well.
Not a garden centre, but a place that sells statues, and it looks mental because it's just everything you could imagine, including some there's fucking dinosaurs on his roof as well.
Oh, the spiders on his roof.
Oh God, there are
horrible spiders.
They're massive.
Oh, it gets better though. It's more than just the front garden, I'll have you know. There's a velociraptor, two triceratops, a random saber-toothed cat in there. On the ground, baby dinos hatch from eggs. On the roof, a stegosaurus perches, keeping watch over his whole operation.
Its natural habitat on the roof.
in Steve's garden.
It's just where they always wanted to be. At this point, you may ask, where does one acquire a 500-pound T-Rex model?
Where does one acquire a 500-pound T-Rex model?
Where does
glad you asked.
A 500-pound T-Rex model, yeah.
It's still the answer. I've taken this from an Atlas Obscure article, and the obstacle still doesn't really. I mean, it tells you where he gets them from, but it doesn't feel very helpful. The dinosaurs in Steve's yard come from all over. from movie studios in California, from museums and lawn sculpture shops, from as far away as Mexico and the Philippines. Not sure which ones are movie props. I mean, a lot of them don't really look like movie props.
No.
I think one was maybe a movie prop.
One of them looks like it's meant to be blue screened out of the environment.
I will say, we're making fun of it, but I think it's wonderful. It is comical. From the Philippines. The next natural question might be, how much does all this stuff cost?
There's nothing natural about this, Michael. How much does all this cost?
Well, we're talking upwards of $1,500 per dino here. Obviously, it's a sliding scale here. Not all of them are $1,500 dinos, but a good few of them probably are. And when a local news outlet asked Steve how much he pays for his dinosaur menagerie, he just shrugged and said, "I'm single."
Oh no, Steve!
Oh, God,
all his money goes to the dinos. I think is lovely. Good for him.
There's going to be someone out there who is so into this.
He'll find his dino girl, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Neighbours very quickly got on board with the idea, and people very quickly loved the dinosaur house, even in its very early days. And its official name is indeed the Dinosaur House.
Nice.
But it's also known as the Shangri-La Prehistoric Park for some reason. Don't know why, but everywhere it's called the Dino House.
Right.
So anyone can visit. If you ever find yourself in Nevada, go check it out. It's free and open to the public. Steve basically just lets people wander around his front yard. He's even got the hours of operation painted onto his garage door, typically noon to 3:45, Friday through Monday. These days, Steve estimates that 40,000 people from all over the world visit the Dinosaur House every year. Jeez.
Wow.
Once, an entire wedding party from Illinois showed up at the house to take photos. Another year, when Steve decked out the display for Halloween, a 6-year-old informed him that, actually, triceratops are herbivores, but the one in his yard was eating a human foot. Steve promptly remedied the situation.
Do that, would it?
Excuse me, your
it,
dinosaur
Valerie?
disguise isn't scientifically accurate.
Excuse me, Triceratops did not coexist with humans, so how could it have eaten a human foot? Question mark.
T-Rexes weren't blue, excuse me. So yeah, this isn't just for Steve. This isn't just a fun decorative thing. It's a lifestyle. Because inside his garage, Dinomania continues. It is packed top to bottom with dinosaur posters, candy, toys, and every visitor to the dinosaur house gets a small prize for free just for coming along.
Small prize?
Small prize. So in the garage, there's a wall of modelled dinosaur eggs hanging from the garage door with a number painted on them. Guests can pick a number, and they get a small prize that corresponds with whatever's in the egg. And, best of all, the garage is also where Steve parks his car. A custom-wrapped sedan he calls the Dinomobile.
No, Steve.
Do we have a photo of the Dinomobile?
Yeah, please may I see the Dinomobile.
You may, and you may also see Steve.
Okay, I'm trying to imagine what Steve looks like. Is this going to be what Steve... You know what? That's not what I think Steve was going to look like. Fair enough. Wow, the Dinomobile.
We're expecting a man with scaly skin.
Daily, sunrise to
I was sort of expecting a dinosaur, yeah.
Yeah.
Dino Man.
That's amazing.
And better yet, even if you're not at the museum or the house, whatever you want to call it, if you see the Dinosaur Man out and about in town and you say, "Hey, Dino Man," he'll give you a toy. So this man never stops working. He's always
he's got
hustling.
some in the back of his car.
Self-promotion machine.
Yeah.
I read another article about him where said that every couple of days he'll treat himself to a diner breakfast or a lunch or something.
Diner?
When he goes there. Hey! But when he goes there, he takes dinosaur plushes with him and a little sign advertising the Dino House. And so if you happen to be in this diner, you could be accosted by the Dino Man saying, "Do you want to come to my garage?
Come see my dinos."
But he's a lovely man. He's a lovely man. And we appreciate everything he does.
Yeah,
and
that is very sweet. I still think it looks like shit, but I think what he's doing is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him.
Happy for the people who enjoy it, but I don't.
I'd be worried someone would just walk through and nick a dino, you know?
I was going to say, I feel like like
how
even
do you keep track of them all?
little decorations in England don't last long in front gardens. Well,
No, they do not.
So I feel like it's a miracle it's lasted this long. But also, they do all have guns in America, and this man will
These are the
defend his
dinosaurs.
dinosaurs.
Yeah, they do all have guns.
All of the dinosaurs are armed. So
There you
Wow.
go. That's the Dino Man.
that's amazing. I'm very glad I know that this exists. Thank you, Michael.
So you can avoid it and never go.
Hey, just because I don't think it looks very good doesn't mean that I don't appreciate the knowledge that it exists.
Okay, fair enough.
Or Stephen, his magical post-work life. I could only dream to be as fulfilled as him as I'm working.
The real question, of course, is what he did with his Yeti and unicorn that you mentioned in the opening.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, I
got
don't
not-
see it.
Don't have room for those anymore.
Poor things got banished when the dinos came to town. I guess they're the cool guys now. All right.
Yeah.
There you
Lovely.
go.
Well, thanks,
Amazing.
Mike.
Boys.
Yeah, thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate it. I think that means it's time for my listener-submitted thing. This comes to us courtesy of Dan Lockie at DanLockie25 on Twitter. And it's an article from the BBC Sport. Finland women's boss sorry after selecting 51-year-old.
Right.
Women's boss of what? Boss of women.
That's a very good point. Finland women's boss, the boss of all Finnish women.
in Finland.
Sorry for choosing a 51.
A huge amount of context is lost if you're not looking at the BBC Sport front page like I am. They just assume that you know what they're talking about. It'll make more sense in a second. So, Finland women's manager Uti Saarinen, I've mispronounced that probably, has apologised after accidentally naming a 51-year-old former player in the squad for their match against Serbia.
Oh, no.
When naming the lineup, she mistakenly selected the long-retired Stina Ruskanen instead of the 23-year-old defender Nan Ruskanen. The error was not spotted until the team sheet deadline had passed, so the younger Ruskanen missed the 1-1 Women's Nations League draw. So
Did they bring the 50-year-old out of retirement
no,
to play the game?
they didn't, which is really disappointing because that would have been amazing. But they named the wrong person and then couldn't bring in. It's like England calling up Dennis Beckham accidentally. And Dennis Beckham is a plumber from Liverpool or something.
Yeah.
So that's not it.
Dennis Beckham was a very good player in 1950.
Yeah, Dennis Beckham has died, unfortunately, but he has been called up to play for the English national team. Her older namesake, who is no relation, won the last of her 2 Finland caps 29 years ago and took the mix-up in good spirits. I'm definitely ready if the call comes. Just yesterday I was playing in a hobby league match, so my game feel is good, Stina told the Finnish newspaper Ilta-Sanomat. In a statement from the Finnish Football Association, Saarinen said, "None was, of course, disappointed, but took the news very well considering the circumstances. I am very sorry for the mistake."
Oh, women's boss apologises.
Finland's women's boss. Sorry.
Oh, God.
So that was it.
Good story.
Short and sweet one there.
Yeah. Hey, why not? It's
God,
good. I like it.
that would be God. I can just picture that happening in other circumstances, and it's great. The visual.
Really
I'd
wish
love
I
to
had
see.
noticed, and like on the first day of training, she just rocks up. It's like,
I got the cool boss. You are the women's boss, no? I'm here and I'm ready to play. Put me in. So there we are. That's my listener submitted thing. Peter Austin, what's your thing, please?
Well, the other day I saw a very amusing image on the internet that made me laugh. It's fairly old. It's from 2023. But it led me to find more of its type. So I will start with this first one that I saw. It is an Amazon review that contains kind of far more information than was required. Kind of an anecdotal, almost life story that is barely related to the product at all. So it's a review for a bed. The name of the review is Large Bed for 6 Foot Teen. They rated it 3 stars and said this: My over 6-foot teenage son can fit comfortably in this bed as long as he doesn't sit up. This is something he has learned the hard way, but I wasn't prepared to cut a hole in his ceiling. I did suggest he strap a pillow to his head. He would have preferred the hole in the ceiling thing, though, as his room is directly under the kitchen, and he was hoping I would just drop his food directly in his mouth, negating the need for him to get his lazy backside up and walk up the stairs. He has created some kind of gaming troll cave underneath. Again, he's learned the hard way not to stand up straight when screaming at the player who just killed him. Mind you, I was hoping that the concussion might knock the power of articulate speech back on, but alas, this has not happened yet. 28 people found this helpful. So,
Good Lord. This isn't a therapy session, this is an Amazon review.
Yeah, I know. So that brought me much amusement, and I thought, yeah, I need to do some Googling now and find more stories like this. They're not all people berating people that they love, but, you know, just more info than they needed. They could have just said, good product, fits my 6-foot son, great. Now, some of these probably are kind of written to be funny. They might not be real. Some of them, I'm sure, probably are real. I don't know which ones are real. I'm not going to do a is it real or not because I don't know. But these all exist on Amazon, and we're going to go through some now. So there's one for a kitchen bin here. We've had this trash can for almost a year, and it's worked as one would expect as a trash can up until a couple of months ago. I'm not sure what is now possessing it, but the lid is stuck with a perpetual gap of about an inch. The insert also seems to have warped, and the trash bags will not stay in place. This makes my husband crazier than me leaving my closet light on all day. Now, for context, from the later context, what she's saying is, my husband gets mad at me leaving the closet light on all day. But he's even more annoyed about the bin not shutting, right? And that sort of sets the tone for the rest of the review. The odor trapping bag seems like a nice feature at first, but the receptacle it's housed in has become difficult to clean and a collection point for tomato sauce and coffee grounds. Other than the thermostat, this trash has been the biggest point of contention in our young marriage. All in all,
oh my God.
All in all, it could be a great wedding present if the relationship has a solid foundation. There's nothing like a little mutual suffering to really drive growth. However, if the relationship has some weak points, you'd do better.
Like mine.
Yeah.
With my shithead husband.
You'd do better just hanging the bag off the pantry door.
Oh,
Strange review.
Wow.
Got one for Mikey now. This is a bean bag that you can sit in.
Oh, yes.
Name of the review, It's a Trap. Not only does this beanbag completely consume you and keep you stuck in comfortable bliss all day, but there was another consequence we encountered. This beanbag traps farts. My husband sits here farting for hours, and the farts are absorbed into the beanbag, and you don't smell them again until you later sit down on the beanbag and the fumes are released.
Oh, wow, it's just like the Shreddies underpants, but a seat. Amazing.
Yeah. And it says pros, super comfortable. And then it says, cons, super comfortable, traps farts. Which is a bit strange. Okay, so my eyeliner won't run around like your man does, says a 5-star review. I bought this eyeliner, and the first day I wore it, I found out my boyfriend of 5 years was cheating on me, and I cried and cried and cried, and went to the bathroom to make sure my makeup streaks were wiped off my face, but it was still completely perfect through all the crying.
Oh, God.
Through all the crying, it stayed in place. So thank you for making an eyeliner that's more trustworthy than a man. Oh, man.
Got him.
This is crazy, this one. 5 stars, noise cancelling by Adam. So, not so funny story. Someone in the apartment above us got stabbed, it says in all caps. According to the cop who interviewed us, the attacker rang the upstairs doorbell, and when the guy answered, the attacker forced his way in and stabbed the guy. You want to know what the scary part is? I didn't hear a thing. Thanks to my amazing HyperX Cloud 2 headphones. I got them on Amazon for $99.99, free shipping. These things work as advertised. Probably the best noise-cancelling headphones I've ever owned. 10 out of 10 would buy again. 3,036 people found this helpful.
That would have made a good Turtle Beach ad. We should go back and
Yeah.
It would, yeah.
God,
This
it
one,
sounds like a Rick and Morty advert.
It does, yeah. This one I will share an image of once I've read a little bit of it to you. In fact, I'll just send it now. There you go. Can I just say that I will be reordering these leggings in every colour? Here is me rolling and sliding down a mountain because I was too scared to get up. My leggings did not rip, even a little bit, and I got stuck on rocks and trees. And there's just a picture of someone on their back. It's a really weird quality image as well. It's all
It's
dotty.
another cryptid.
Yeah. So that was a good one. This one is for... I like this one. This is kind of it's a bit different, this one. This is for a 50-pound bag of play sand. So Josh rated it 5 stars and said, "It's heavy. I sometimes receive documents in larger than your average size letters that are clearly labelled "Do Not Bend." My mailman seems to be either lazy or incompetent or both, and instead of leaving these documents on my doorstep or porch, because this would require getting out of the car, he bends and folds them and then stuffs them into my mailbox anyway. This often will crease important documents or photos. So, whenever this happens, I log on to Amazon and order a 50-pound bag of play sand. While it doesn't decrease my documents, it makes me feel a lot better watching him deliver it. Oh, God. So
I
good.
think that might be why everything's getting folded and shoved in the
Yeah,
mailbox.
it's probably a vicious cycle.
It's the
isn't
sand house again.
it? Yeah. Amazon customer, 5 stars. This is for for a dress in red, and it says recommended by World's Worst Mom in all caps. I bought this for a generally ungrateful and entitled 21-year-old daughter. She wears about a 12 usually, and I ordered an XL. It fit and looked great on her, and if she'd refrained from her moodiness, it would have had an even better effect. When I listened to her list my myriad faults, this cute dress gave me some distraction to try and tune her out. It cost about the same as a pack of birth control pills in 1997, which may have been a more prudent investment. Oh, God. 5 stars.
5 stars.
Alexis rates this weighted blanket 1 star and says, "I miss my wife."
Oh, no.
But not for Caroline reasons. So it says, I never considered the ramifications of this. It's a weighted blanket, remember. Sure, the wife loves it, but if you buy it, you'll never be able to get close to your wife again. It creates a fucking wall of china in bed. It's like she's wearing a freaking suit of armor to bed every night. I hate this thing. 1 star.
That is true. That is what
It is true.
happens.
Yeah. 2 left now. Travis Best rated this product 1 star. I'm trying to remember what it is. Oh, it's for a little automatic Hoover vacuum cleaner. Very disappointing. We named ours Bob, and let me tell you, he wasn't the hardest working man I was hoping for. Bob spent most of his employment driving from one random side of the house to the other like a junkie looking for his next fix. His actual cleaning was minimal at best, and he couldn't find his docking station to save his life. In the week I had Bob, he never finished a cleaning cycle. One day, while at work, the app texted me to say Bob needed my assistance because he was stuck on a cliff. Worried for Bob's safety, I came home to find him passed out in the middle of the dining room rug. That night, the family said goodbye to Bob once and for all.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So I've got one last one here. You have to promise not to read it and just look at the picture of the product.
Promise.
I'll read the name of the product and you can describe what it looks like. This is men's thermal underwear pants, modal long johns, tagless, lightweight thermal bottoms, separate pouch. Now, what would you describe? How would you describe these?
Knob trousers, right?
Knob trousers. Yeah.
It looks like those old suits of armor where they had the big bit for a willy.
Sure. and it's a
And
big.
it does just look like it comes preloaded with a willy already in the bottom.
Yeah, it does. It's like it's a fully willy shaped pouch with some kind of with an overhang kind of structure about it, right? But it's a pair of leggings. So picture that, dear listener. It's a pair of leggings with a big willy shaped pouch in the front, and the review goes humbling, but in a life changing way. So Dave Schaffer is his name, and he says 4 stars. First off, my assumption was that this was meant to fit an average man, and now I realise I'm far below average in terms of man terms. But it's okay, because I've learned to transcend traditional measures of masculinity. It turns out that if you try hard enough, you can fart with enough force and volume to turn the front pocket into a balloon. And if that doesn't make me the best, I don't know what does. Overall, only 4 stars because my feelings are hurt. But I learned a new talent.
Oh, Dave.
Oh God!
Happy for
He's
you.
turned his knob trousers backwards, and he's blowing bubbles. Oh God! That really got me, that one. When I was reading through these, I thought, yeah, that's got to be the last one.
Jeez. Wow. All right, I'm buying a beanbag and some knob trousers.
Yeah. Oh, the combined force.
You'd
God.
be unstoppable.
Pair of shreddies underneath as well, and that's all you need.
Wow.
Gosh.
Amazing.
Well, there you go. There's just some Amazon reviews for you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Peter.
You're welcome.
Michael Jonsson,
Yes.
can I have your listener thing, please?
Of course you can. This was submitted by Frogly at The Frogly on Twitter, and the headline reads, Gull sips man's coffee before stealing his mug.
Oh no,
The
Dave.
seagulls are back at it.
The action shot.
Sips
I hope
man's
that's an...
coffee. Oh God, that's a great photo.
Is that photoshopped or not? That looks real.
That's actually the photo of the seagull from the person whose mug got stolen by the seagull. The photo was accredited to Darren Pardo, and the caption of the photo is, "The gull drank Darren Pardo's coffee before he flew off with the mug." Amazing. It's a good shot.
There's some weight to a mug as well. He's still flying, but mind you, they can carry
steal
dogs.
Yes.
Yeah. I saw a seagull in a hospital car park the other day eating a rat, which was pretty grim.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Do that thing where it just kind of like throws it down the back of its neck in one.
No, it was throwing it around. It was kind of sort of trying to break it up a bit. Which is nice.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
This is only a little article. A gull has taken revenge on a man who was installing anti-bird spikes in a Cornish town by drinking his coffee and pinching his mug. Oh, there's more to the story.
Revenge, then.
Yeah. Psycho seagull.
Yeah.
Maintenance worker Darren Pardo had been bird-proofing houses in Portleven when he stopped at a pub for a coffee on the 3rd of June. He said he had been talking to someone before he turned around to find the gull helping himself to the hot brew. Before he could take action, the feathered thief flew off with the mug. "I think it had remembered me," he joked. Recalling the coffee heist, Mr. Pardo said, "I turn around and sure enough, a seagull's got its beak in me coffee. Next minute, the bird picks up the coffee cup by its handle and takes it off across the harbour with it. It flew around the harbour and then landed on the water, put the cup down, and the cup just sank."
Oh no.
That's the end of the article.
Oh, goodness. It's like the raccoon trying to wash the candy floss in the river.
Yeah.
Like the seagull's like, yes, got my own cup, and it's gone. Sinks right
Hey,
down.
fair play to him for managing to snap a picture of it. That's pretty
Yeah,
impressive.
that is
Yeah.
actually very impressive.
That's another angle.
We reckon it was flying
you got
around
it.
for a while.
He got the photo of it drinking the coffee as well.
I feel like this
Wow.
is a setup. I
You can
don't
see it's all
trust this.
spilled around the cup as well.
Yeah.
One of the articles in the related article section is starving seagulls baited to be hit by cars. It's tough to be a seagull out there. Jesus Christ.
Baited to be hit by cars.
Bloody seagulls.
What does that even mean? People, or are the seagulls baiting each other so that they die and then they can eat their dead friend?
Okay, I shouldn't have read this out. It's sad. The summary of the article is seagulls are being deliberately enticed into roads with food and then injured or killed by cars.
Oh, like by people who have nothing better to do in their lives. I see.
Just chuck a sausage in the road and then
for fun in big quotes. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Terrible.
Let them steal your mugs. I say. They're fine.
Yeah. There's loads of mugs out there.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Frogley, for that. And thank you, boys.
Thank you, Mikey.
Thank you. Speaking of mugs.
Oh, yeah.
What?
It's time now for bathroom.
Yeah.
For the first time in, I think, 6 or 7, 8 years, we're returning to shitty Kickstarter.
Whoa!
I've been wanting to do this for ages, like another shitty Kickstarter, but these days that subreddit is just people picking apart people who are really trying hard. Like, there's no real clangers on Kickstarter anymore. It feels like the golden age of Kickstarter is done, basically. Stuff that's a terrible idea doesn't get there. So now if you go on r/shitty Kickstarter, all you see is people taking the piss out of people who are trying their best, and also sort of updates on Kickstarters that I have no context for. So it doesn't really help me at all. So I am visiting a Kickstarter that was cancelled in March of 2017.
Okay.
So we're going back a little while. It had one backer. There's a fair bit to get through here, but I'm going to try, because the layout of a Kickstarter page is terrible. But it comes to us courtesy of Andenmatten Christoph, and he says, "Hey guys, I'm Christoph and 20 years old. I did an apprenticeship as IT specialist. At the moment, I'm a student. I study business management. In my free time, I'm riding motorbike and do fitness." And he's from Zurich. Or he was from Zurich. He may still be from Zurich. I hope he is anyway. And
how was Tunti spelled? Just 20 with an O?
It's TEW.
Oh, right. Two and T. Oh, I see. I thought he'd put 20.
No,
Okay.
Not quite. So his campaign is Diceware passwords for you.
Right.
Sorry.
You need a safe and secure password, and it should be easy to remember? ? No problem. I will make your own Diceware password. So this guy would like people to pay him to generate a password for them.
Okay.
That's what Christoph wanted to do.
And then he'll send you your password that you're then going to use for your
exactly.
bank login.
So then only you and Christoph would know your password.
You can trust him, yes.
Yeah.
I'm Christoph Andenmatten. I'm a student in Switzerland and I sell strong, secure passwords. It sounds a little crazy to buy a password, full stop. But using a terrible password such as 12345 or password is even crazier. I use a proven methodology called Diceware to build long, strong, memorable passwords using strings of words from the dictionary. I roll dice to ensure that the words I pick from the dictionary are randomly chosen. It then goes on to explain what Diceware is. Essentially, he's put a lot in here about what Diceware is. Essentially, what it means is, Peter, when we went to the Easy Hotel that time?
Yeah.
When we went to EGX. Yeah. And we had that Wi-Fi password, which was something like weed, rifle, gun, something else.
Yeah.
That, I don't know if that's what a Diceware password is, but that's what he wants to generate. A string of separate words that no one can really guess, that are completely random.
Like what 3 words?
Sure, exactly.
Yeah.
But taking all the hassle out of it, you don't have to do it yourself. Christoph will do it for you.
Wow.
In exchange,
nothing harder than thinking of 4 or 5 words, isn't it? I'm going to pay a man however much it costs.
So rather than going on Fiverr, for example, and doing it on a per password basis, this man wanted to get loads of backers at various tiers, which, by the way, are fascinating. 1 Diceware generated password, 2 Diceware generated passwords, 3 Diceware generated passwords, 4, 5, 7, 10, or 50. That was the top one.
What if
And
I
he
only need
wanted-
6 passwords? What am I going to do?
I don't
Could
know.
bank twice, I suppose. A
I
5 and a
have
1.
no idea. These are independently priced as well, these tiers. So for one part, how much would you pay for one Diceware generated password?
I mean, I obviously just wouldn't, but how much do I think a password is worth? Like a pound?
Strong password. Remember,
Yeah,
it's
like
long and strong.
Less than a fiver.
Yeah, like £2 at the most if for whatever reason I wanted to do this.
Okay, well, Christoph would charge you about £6.38 for a password.
Ooh.
That's too much.
You do make a small saving if you go up to 2. And it's really, when you're up to 50, that's where you're seeing the real savings.
Basically
Right.
making money off these passwords. They
Yeah.
have to pay for themselves.
And again, weirdly, rather than setting up a business where he charges on a per password basis, this man wanted to get loads of orders in the books, enough for Kickstarter to give him a lump sum.
Well, he doesn't want to be rolling his dice, 3 times a day. He'd rather just sit down, block off 4 hours, and just do all of his dictionary rifling, do them all in one go.
Yeah.
We could sign up to tier 50, get 50 passwords, and resell them on for the price of one, and then only you, us, and that
Yeah.
man would know your password.
So, in the risks and challenges section, it says the challenge, will be to roll all of your passwords and then a smiley face. And then he says,
Right.
my personal goal is to establish my own IT company in the next few years. Fair play.
Okay.
That's a nice goal to have. He's got a comment under there from Richard Thornton, who's a super backer. There was only ever one backer, so I assume it's Richard. And Richard asked, hi, please add more technical info to your campaign. Thanks, Richard. And Christoph replied and said, hey, Richard, thanks for your support. What kind of technical information do you mean, Chris? And that's it. That's the entire conversation about his setup. So now it's time to talk turkey, the real turkey. How much did Christoph want to get his Diceware Passwords for You campaign off the ground?
How
I
many
tried to think.
how many passwords does it take for him to get out of bed? Like,
Well, this
I
is
ain't
it. We're
getting
going to
up for
reverse
less than-
engineer that.
How much does a $50 password tier cost? Does it say?
£113.97.
God.
I reckon he wants 15k before he'll even roll one dice.
I think more. I think he's hoping to get like 50k out of this project.
You're not far off, Mikey. He wanted £22,632.
Wow.
He had
quite
one
specific.
backer, but no money was pledged in the end. So no one took him up on his offer. And doing some quick maths, if he wanted to fulfill that goal with the 50 passwords, he would have required 198.6 50 password orders,
Right.
which simply feels unlikely.
198.6.
Yeah, that's how many 50 password orders he'd need.
9.9 thousand passwords he would have had to generate.
God,
Jesus.
that's a lot of dice rolling.
10,000 passwords. Yeah, it is. There's an awful lot. There's basically that many words in the dictionary, I'm pretty sure. Definitely
Yeah.
not more than 10,000. So he would have used them all and run out, and that would have been it.
So,
I'm really curious how this works. 'Cause dice only has 6 numbers.
well, there's
Some dice.
a gap in the market now, Mikey, because this was obviously cancelled in July 2017. There was one backer, but no money was pledged. He does say that all passwords are Diceware generated and contain 6 words. I will write the passwords by hand, and I do not keep a copy of what I have sent to you. The passwords will be sent by Swiss
I
Post,
promise.
which cannot be opened by the government without a search warrant. he somehow promises.
Wow. 6 words per password.
Yeah, go on.
We're looking at about 60,000 words he's going to have to
There
find.
aren't that many words in the dictionary.
Well, I facetiously said that, but actually, apparently there are... Well, it depends which dictionary you're using, but, you're talking... He's using about a third of the dictionary there.
So he can't
Roughly
reasonably, if they want to be fully secure, he can't reasonably do more than 2 more job lots of those.
Well, I was actually talking about online dictionaries. So for example, the OED online has currently 171,000 words plus 47,000 obsolete words that aren't in use, and so on. But it says here, according to one source, and therefore I don't know if it's true, most paperback dictionaries contain about 50,000 words. So he's using more words than he will have if he's using an actual book dictionary.
It's insane. I salute Christoph, quite frankly, because it's a hell of a hustle. And we've got a prototype gallery. Do you want to see it?
Oh, please.
Yeah.
There's one photo in the prototype gallery.
Just a picture.
It's just a dice and a dictionary. Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, God. Really?
Yeah.
That's it?
So explain what you're looking at.
It's a fucking bit of paper in an envelope with some badly written words on it. That's it.
What, you can't read his handwriting when it arrives?
I can't even make out the first word.
Alger?
Alger. Then the next one looks to be KLM, which is a company. Curry, blonde with no E on the end. Is there? That's strange. And then Puck, horse. So we all now know how to get into his Kickstarter account.
That's his password.
That's it. I was going to say, I have now put those on the thread, so we now all have access to the one password that Christoph did generate.
For that super backer, maybe.
Yeah.
And it's just written on a piece of paper that's been inserted into like a card envelope, just a kind of one of those oblong ones. And no like letter with it. No, here is your super secure password from so and so. It's going into it's not even a special envelope that you can be sure will be sealed. Someone could just open that in transit, steam it open, and shut it again. But
legally, they can't open it without a warrant.
Not without a warrant.
No one can open it.
No, that's true.
It says, "Do you have a warrant?" And the criminal will say, "Oh, fuck, no, I don't." And they'll have to put it down.
He's put a capital letter at the beginning, because obviously it's the start of a sentence, and then all the rest of the thing is all lowercase.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't have to do that, but he chose to do that.
Did, yeah. It's got to look good, Peter, for his backer. But there we are. Unfortunately, it was cancelled, and I salute him. This 100% reeks of, hey, that Kickstarter thing's taking off at the moment and people are making a lot of money off it. I've just attended one class at university where we talked about this thing, and I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not really
like
that
you
well
missed a
thought
trick. I wouldn't do tiers of how many passwords you get. I'd do tiers of like a standard password, which is just using normal words like hose pipe, tractor, grape, and then you've got a gold tier, which uses like gold tier words in the dictionary, like boob or stinky.
You get the
something.
special ones. Do you want the meme password?
Stinky boob. Oh, yeah, great.
Don't forget that.
I'm trying to find him on LinkedIn. Unless he's aged a lot. I don't think any of them are him. Someone in
Well, he wanted to set up his own IT company, so...
Yeah, I can't really... This guy's the director of AM Suisse, which is a non-profit organisation. So maybe not then. That's probably not him.
Probably not, given that he's essentially trying to scam people.
He tried to scam people.
Sorry, tried to.
Yeah. No one fell for it, unfortunately, for Christoph.
Please add technical details.
Yeah. Hi, thanks for the support. What do you mean? Please explain. There we go. That's it. So if you'd like us to generate a password for you, we'll do our best. We now know because he's explained his entire methodology. He explained how to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Just pick random words and stick them together. And he said that it makes it really memorable. Well, does it? Particularly? I wouldn't forget the word. I wouldn't remember the words Algers, KLM,
curry blonde puck horse,
blonde spelt wrong puck horse. Weird.
I do like curry blonde puck horse though. That does sound. I feel like I could remember that.
Okay,
yeah,
we'll change all the Vidiots credentials to that then.
Curry blonde puck horse. Yeah, we'll do that after we finish. Amazing. Well, I believe thus concludes all of the things.
Mm-hmm.
We ticked them all off.
Yeah.
Did him. What a show.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening and for your support. We really appreciate you. Michael Johnson, I believe there's some sort of shop.
You're darn tootin'. If you head over to vidiotsofficial.com and click on that lovely enticing little shop button, you'll be greeted with a veritable bounty of goodies, including hoodie, mug, t-shirts, hat, other stuff and more. So
other stuff and more.
More.
That's loads.
Stuff that isn't other stuff. It's amazing.
Literally anything.
You have to go and whatever you want. All your dreams and hopes are on there. So go. Vidiotsofficial.com, click on shop.
Could be a curry blonde puck horse in there. You never know.
Could be.
Maybe
Yeah.
we'll start selling passwords. Just the same password over and
Yeah,
over
but we'll
again.
never tell you, so you'll never know. Instagram and TikTok, we are at vidiots.official. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Blue Sky, we are /Vidiots.
Vidiots
Official.
Vidiotsofficial.com/Discord is our Discord. Thank you to Tommy and Fleckers for moderating us over there. And twitch.tv/VidiotsOfficial is where we will be streaming come the end of the year for the final reunion stream.
Where we will be streaming come at the end of the year.
Yeah, we will.
Sorry?
Streaming come
Streaming
at the end of the year.
come the end of the year.
Yes.
Go give it a follow now if you haven't, so you are probably not notified when we go live, because apparently that functionality just doesn't fucking work most of the time for most people, but still. Podiots.com, if you go there, donate £3 or more, you'll join Pod Squad. You'll get a shout out at the beginning and the end of the next episode of the podcast. Mikey, can you kick us off again, please?
Yes, indeed. We begin with the generous Narugan. Thank you.
Thank you.
And the also generous Anonymous. Prince Beefcakes, Kermit the Pog, John Wilkes Booth. Peter, please check after wiping.
Oh, sorry.
It's you.
I was checking
It's too
after
busy checking.
wiping. Yeah. We've also got Caroline. There's a bird in Lidl. Vidiots top trumps. 14 mins of Mikey's top trumps. Vidiots rhymes with Podiots. We'll hear their song in just a moment as well.
Yes.
Stay tuned. Licking a salty Peter. Meta face and potato similes. Glass house and onion stuffing. It's beans time, Caroline. Wilson and/or Bellix, and one Val from She-Ra, who was very generous.
Thank you so much. And finally, we have Anonymous, Mikey farts on his ferret, a Prossy is in the Doctor Who, Raindrop Joy, Stephen Skodes, Frogly, Lord Brotovich, Caroline, it's not benign, Really Abusive Plumber, Fred Dimmerdomi, and Don Echo 7. Thank you so much. That is your Pod Squad for this week. Podiots.com. £3 or more to get a shout out at the beginning and the end of the next episode of the podcast. Thank you, everybody, very much indeed. Peter, I don't suppose you know what the highlights are of Vidiots 7 years ago this month?
I do know that. We, of course, had the usual post some tats and so on, but we had Worst Games Ever Beverly Hills Cop. There was more Skyrim Zoo with Billy's parents. How exciting. That was really, that was a moment. We're coming back to Newcastle. Glitch 2018. I feel like I said that last month.
Yeah, I think you did,
read
yeah.
May last month? I think I must have done. I read all of May.
Yeah.
Instead of all of... Oh, I see
Well,
what
you
I've
should.
done.
It's this month.
Yeah, no, but I was thinking, well, it's now June, so what happened last month? But no, I need to go from when the last episode was. How long have I been doing this? I don't know, but anyway. So we have, let me tell you what's happened in June. So there's some post, some tat, of course. Becoming Apes in Crisis on the Planet of the Apes VR, where we had to wank our way around the room.
Oh, God. And they
went
said,
to-
please cut that out of the
Please remove
video.
that. Yeah. We went to Thorpe Park's The Walking Dead Living Nightmare Extreme. And we also did the Thorpe Park kind of vlogging there. That was very exciting. Worst Games Ever Sonic 06. That's a classic. The Tiny Peter Dancing compilation from when we released the green screen the previous month. That is largely... we announced some merch as well in June. And the Skyrim Zoo finale happened too. So there you go. It was a special month. I met one of my friends on the cruise ship, in fact, recently. A few of us got together for it. And she said that when she met her current partner on like a dating app, he said, "What are your comfort watches?" And she listed several. She listed Parks and Rec and some other things, and then she said, "And Skyrim Zoo." And he replied and said, "Oh, I don't think I've heard of that. What is that?" And she had to explain what Skyrim Zoo was.
Hey, all the respect in the world for her to put that on her profile.
I know, and she
I think
said
I would
that
have
she
hidden
was.
that.
She said she's been hoping since the Oblivion remaster that maybe he will finally return as promised. And I said, "Well, don't hold your breath." But
yeah, he's still out there. It's a long way. It's not. Skyrim border and Tamriel border are right next to each other.
Yeah,
there's no excuse.
No. Anyway, so there we go. That's what we've got this month.
Fantastic. Michael Johnson, where are you on the internet, please?
At Parrot Boy on Blue Sky and Instagram. Go have a look if you want to see some dancing pigeons.
Yeah, I'm going to go do it after this. I've got the app on my phone, Mikey. I just couldn't do it on my browser, so I'm going to do it after this.
Okay.
I will. You know what? I'll do it now. You know what?
Oh my god!
Oh,
I'm doing it now.
Go and ask.
Go and ask. I can't. Where's the app? There it is. I'm opening it.
All right.
I've opened it.
Are you smiling yet, Ben?
Hang on.
You should be.
I've got to search for you first. Parrot.
Oh God.
Boy. There he is. Parrot Boy.
Oh.
There's
Need
the
a
pigeon.
loved one with
Here we
you
go.
to tell you that. Oh, there's no way he made that. It's too good,
That is exceptional.
isn't
A
it?
bit of jungle coming through on the
Is
microphone.
that a pigeon holding a laser pen?
Damn right it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's brilliant, man. How long did that take you?
3 nights, I think.
That's brilliant. That's really
Pretty
good.
good. Yeah. I don't know what to do next.
I was
feel
going
like
to say,
I
what's
peaked too
the
soon.
grand
you've
plan?
peaked.
I've spent days trying to think of what else to make. That's all I've got.
Oh no!
It's fine. I can leave it there. I do one and done. I don't need to.
You perfected it, man. It doesn't get any
totally.
better than that. Incredible. And Peter, where are we on the internet, please?
Worst Games Ever lives on despite Triple Jump having changed. So you can find us now at youtube.com/at Worst Games Ever, where Ben and I are still playing terrible video games. You can also find us separately. Ben is streaming not terrible video games on twitch.tv/confused_dude. There's not
Yes.
an at there, is there? Yes. And you can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/at that Peter Austin, where I'm making videos that are kind of a little bit Podiots coded, kind of strange, interesting things from history and elsewhere. So, yeah, weird Capetias, I suppose, in a sense. There you go. That's where we are.
It's great. Aren't they all so
thanks.
talented? Aren't the boys so
What a
talented?
lovely.
Yeah, we're all
bunch
doing
of
our own
boys.
special things.
Yeah.
All we need to do now is, I need to do like an interesting video about Pokemon. Ben can come on as the Pokemon. I've spoken to a gamer and Twitch streamer, Ben Potter,
Yeah.
and then Mikey can do a bunch of kind of graphics, 3D graphics of Pokemon at a rave.
Yeah, maybe you could animate the interview.
Yeah.
And we could call it Prove It Pokemon.
Whoa! What if you animate the entire first year of videos?
Yeah, you said you don't have any ideas. There's hours and
A
hours of
shot
content.
remake.
Yeah,
Come
it's
on.
3 years worth of content there. All right. Every shot by shot recreated in glorious 3D, and this time the subscriber count will go up rather than stagnating.
I want to see what happens when you remake the introductory video and we turn that mirror around that shows you there. Do you reckon it'll make your PC explode when it has to render a reflection in real
I
time?
could just show in the reflection of the mirror is just a video of me at my desk.
It's just the
away.
Adobe file not found red thing. Amazing. Okay, well, that's it from us. Why not leave us a 5-star review on your platform of choice? It helps, something to do with Al Gore's rhythms. And my God, we'd appreciate it so much. Final question, anyone?
What do you think of this song that you're about to hear? Huh?
Very good.
Yeah. Woo. Positive reactions, please, everyone. It's
Yeah.
very, very good. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. Enjoy the song, and thank you to C-Law for making it for us. And we will see you next month. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I can't sing. Brackets, not the Onion, Wikipedia, that's strange. Time to face the music, boys. Podiots has changed. Dick and Dom and DBP. Didn't know them, now they're like family. Dave on Twitter with a drink and a toast. Try to tell our friends, but it wasn't quite enough. Plenty of laughs with the birds and meat face. Don't cry 'cause it's over, cry it happened in the first place. Listen to a Hoover story over 12 episode arc. It was never too much when Mikey did a fart. Mikey's dog raps, and Peter Carroll singing. Finn had no songs, and that makes him boring. Jeff the mongoose hiding in the walls. And a voicemail from Bobby Ballooney calls. Han Solo dancing and all the funny names. An absolute classic of the 50p game. Though it's over now, I hope it's not forever. Now watch Ben and Peter on YouTube/@worstgamesever. Wish we had time with our favorite Brits. Like an extra 50 of garlic, you can smell it. You're getting ready to end all of this. The only thing to say is thank you. And... Keys.